what you put on it. You get the same plate. What you put on it is everything. I was driving into, I don't even call it work, into this blessing this morning. And I was probably a mile away. And I saw this young African-American gentleman walking in the snow. Now it's snowing profusely this morning. I mean, it was coming down. And he was so young and built, I thought he was kind of looked like one of our players, but I knew all our players was going to the homeless shelter to speak this morning, well, to oblige them this morning. And he was just coming right across. I was at the red light in the far lane. And I blew the horn. He thought I was blowing at him for him to hurriedly get on his side of the crossing. And I was blowing to him to get his attention, to give him a ride. Because it was snowing, I mean, really snowing. And it was 0 degrees. -2, I'm sorry, apologize. So I rolled down the window, he's like, Coach Prime. I said, my brother, where you going? He said, Coach, I'm going to the bus stop to go to work. I said, get in, man. He said, you try to get in the back seat? I said, no, get in the front seat with me, you good. So he had his backpack on, he didn't take it off, he was kind of sitting up a little bit. I said, where's the bus stop? He said, you keep going straight and you take a left. It's probably another half a mile. And he's like, man, nobody ain't gonna believe this. I said, my brother, proud of you, man. Proud of you. You probably didn't know what I meant. And we finally got to the bus stop. I said, man, go inside until that bus comes. Don't sit out here like that other person. Go inside, please. He said, I am, Coach. Got his camera out, he want to take a picture. I said, no problem. Oh, God, it's hard. I pulled off, dog. And I cried, man. Because I said, you never know what somebody's going through, and we take things for granted, man. This brother, young brother, going through the snow to make it to the bus stop, to get to a job that probably just pays them enough to get there and back. And we complaining and we tripping about the opportunities that we have. I cried all the way to work, man. And being thankful, not only that, but praying for that brother. Because he has something inside of him, man, that is going to provoke him to soar. Man, that was hard. I was like, God, why did you show me this? Why did you show me this, Lord? Why did you trigger my emotions and place in my heart that I need to assist that brother? He said, I want you to see what it could be for those young men that you coach. If they don't take things seriously and get it together. And I want you to be serious, even more serious about the young men you coach. To make sure you give them all the tools and resources to make it in life. So they're not walking through the snow in 0 degree temperature to make it to the bus stop. And I'm not doubting that brother, because I think that brother has so much potential that he's going to be whomever God has called him to be, because he has no quitting and he has a tremendous work ethic. You could tell from what I witnessed today. But it was tough, man. That was a tough morning. God, it was tough, but I'm thankful that God showed it to me. And he spoke me through it. It's tough though.
Coach, it reminds me of something very similar. Opposite weather-wise, we were in Jackson. It was about 105. You and I were coming back from lunch. Young sister was crossing the street with a toddler. Walked right in front of us.
I remember that.
You know, in these day and age, people don't carry
It
cash
wasn't
on
that
them.
far from the school.
No, right by the school.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and you pulled over and called over and you blessed her with what you had on you and told her to make sure she took care of the little
I
one.
remember that. That was real close to the school.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. That was darn near on the campus.
Yeah.
It was almost on school grounds.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to turn in.
Yep.
Wow.
What got my attention about that and the story here, one, it's how God will put you where you're supposed to be.
Right.
One slight delay and you don't encounter that person.
Exactly. Timing. That means it's God's timing. It's God's timing. Wow. I remember that. I remember that, plain as day. I didn't remember that until you said that, until you brought it to my vision.
Yeah.
I could see it.
And you could tell she was having a day.
Yes, she was.
Yeah. And probably had a week and a month and a year.
Right.
And was just like if you here walking in -2, you walking in Mississippi 105, you got a
With a
can through
baby.
speed. Yeah, with a baby.
With a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tremendous. I remember that.
Coach, with the way college football is now, it's January, and we'll have a completely new roster in June.
Right.
When we talk about time and no wasted moment, how do you balance the commitment and investment in what you have right now, knowing it might be totally different in just a matter of days?
There's like and there's love. Some young men love it. Some young men like it. I'm not a coach that you can excel with when you're just in like with something. You got to be in love with it to really understand what I desire, what I expect, what we want, what we're only going to accept. And some of those young men will weed themselves out because we want a multitude of young men in this locker room that loves the game, that loves to play the sport, that loves the challenges that it presents day after day. And we're getting close, man, to having every piece, and pieces, that means depth, that we desire to be who we want to be. But some young men eliminate themselves. Some coaches eliminate themselves. You don't ever know what's in a person's heart or how far a person would go unless the right amount of pressure is applied.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I tell people, be careful what you say you won't do. Because the right amount of pressure or an option, if the right option presents itself, you're liable to do anything. So stop judging folks and categorizing folks when you don't even know what it is. It's people jump in the portal with us. You don't even know why they left. You don't even know if they left on their own, they flunked out, they figured they couldn't handle the competition with what was brought in. You have no idea why. You just know they left. My thought process is I just wish them the best because I want all these kids to make it. I wish it was the way that all of them could go pro, but that's not in the plans of life. That's not how it works. In life, there's only so many spots to garnish in the NFL.